Good morning. It is me, Pearl, and this is Tuned In Tarot. And I am here to look at the energetic balance inside of yourself between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So, those two sides of yourself. You can glean things about people from your life through these readings, but only because they're a reflection of your own energy. So, when I'm reading for you and I'm saying divine masculine or divine feminine, it's energy, not gender, and you can apply that as you will. But remember that if you want changes to happen in your environment around you, you really need to make those changes within yourself. And we'll keep coming back to that through the reading today. So thank you for joining me. Let's go to the top of the deck for divine feminine energy today. The forefront of her mind, the 10 of Pentacles. So this is consuming her. This is, overall what her thoughts and her headspace is about right now. Her material happiness, what it is that she really desires. I sense a lot of questioning here. Like, what do I even want this to look like? I had this one permutation for so long. That was my expectation of what my life was going to be like. And now that has changed. And so, what does this really look like? And she's trying to assemble those pieces. And I think she's also thinking about the happiness that she had planned on with the divine masculine and what constituted her happiness so that she could kind of get to the heart. She's considering these questions instead of asking, how do I come into union with divine masculine, or how do I, fix what has happened, or she's asking more why did I want to be in union with this masculine energy, and what was that going to bring me, and were there things that I was trying to get from this divine masculine energy that I wasn't bringing myself, and so I was putting this pressure on him, and how can I fix that? Because what I want ultimately is to be able to have this happiness, and I don't want to have to get that outside of myself, and I'm very focused on what this really means for me. So this is consuming her thoughts. In the back of her mind is the 6 of Pentacles. So reciprocity. She's feeling comfortable too, abundant. She's experiencing material well-being right now with that 10 of Pentacles being overall. There's a good chance that she has some real material well-being right now and the ability to share with others. And for this union, for this physical union, this has been about divine masculine reciprocating. And so the niggling thing in the back of her mind is that she does feel that her happiness rested somewhat in the reciprocation, and that is not really what unconditional love is about. And so that's why this is the niggling thought. Like, yeah, but you just love and you're not supposed to expect anything in return. But you did, though. You did expect something in return. You wanted to be loved so much, you thought if you gave and gave and gave and gave all of that love, then you would get it back. And that's why you were giving. And you thought that the material reward would make you feel validated because you were just seeking love, but you weren't loving yourself. And you need to reciprocate that love that you were giving to yourself so that you can be fully generous, because you cannot be generous until you have your own wealth. And that includes love. This is not just about coins, even though we're looking at coins right now. It's about any type of abundance you could experience. You must first give to yourself. Then you must open yourself to receive and allow it to come in. So she's thinking a lot about the ways in which she has given too much to try to get this material return, and that really she's desired this reciprocation from divine masculine because of her own lack. Interesting that I'm wearing a coin today and there's coins all over this. It's really interesting. Anyway, the first thing on her mind is the King of Pentacles. So we've got the 10 of Pentacles, we've got the 6 of Pentacles, and we've got the King of Pentacles. So we're dealing with a lot of grounding, like divine feminine coming down out of the clouds and grounding herself in reality, where she has done things. She has done things that have created a certain material experience. So she's really in it in her head and thinking about what's happening right now, right here, with this specific manifestation of the divine masculine energy that we're going to look at. So she's definitely got a specific masculine on her mind, and maybe two, because I see two kings right now. I forgot to flip over the other ones. Wow. Okay. So yeah, could be two kings. But for sure, she's thinking about a specific manifestation of the divine masculine. And relating that back to the fact that she's also thinking about overall her happiness, she's associating the specific divine masculine with the happiness and the reciprocation. So remember, in yesterday's reading, we had a divergence happen in the collective. We've had one collective that's been going pretty strong, this one strong message, and then we have a divergence where we have some in the collective that have started to come into physical union. They're in the early stages of it, and some that are going into physical union. And so for the ones that have gone into physical union, I'm sure for this collective, this 10 of Pentacles is about the happiness that they're experiencing, because they're experiencing the reciprocation from the King of Pentacles in the material, in the 3D. So that's one message that's coming up as well. And take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But this other collective that we've been going along with, that I'm still a part of, this is much more about what we just talked about, that it's about really figuring out what constitutes that happiness and the role that you've played in your own reciprocity. So still thinking, first thing on her mind, I can attest to that, is the specific masculine, even if she doesn't want to. And she's feeling this energy of defeat that has happened inside of her. And she is really not wanting to accept defeat. And we're back again here in this energy of not wanting to accept defeat in regards to a specific divine masculine energy. I gotta get my ego out of here. You're fired. Go. Let me do the reading. Okay. Won't accept defeat in regards to the King of Pentacles. And then here's the second king. It's the same energy. It's not another dude or whatever gender is associated with this energy. But it's a different aspect of this divine masculine energy. And for some, I suppose it could be a third party, because we did see third party coming up in the collective. So take what makes sense for your story. But in this case, we're seeing this King of Cups energy in its reversal. So we have the King of Pentacles upright, which is like protective, has the material world under his control, the foundation that needs to be in place for the empire to grow, and a material world aspect. And this is more of the spiritual, emotional aspect. And look at the similarity between the kings. This one is kind of like he's got like a big fat cat kind of a energy to him. And this King of Cups is like sensitive. He's got Anderson Cooper energy to me. But anyway, he's a good dresser. He's very sensitive. Like, this guy's a little decadent, whatever. But this aspect of the divine masculine, when it's upright, we've got compassionate, kind, caring, nurturing, just, psychic, intuitive, in command of his emotions. But the shadow of this king is his inability to express his emotion because he has to keep a straight face in order to rule without causing panic. Like, that's an aspect. Because a sensitive king has the potential to frighten people with his sensitivity. So he has to like hold that back. That's his shadow. So this is what divine feminine is not wanting to accept defeat in regards to. She is thinking of the specific divine masculine, and she doesn't want to accept that he just will not speak to her, that he's going to be in this shadow trait. She wants him to shift out of this energy and speak to her. That is her wish. This is the Nine of Cups. This is what she wishes for so much. But I think it's interesting because this is also clarifying our King of Pentacles. And the shadow of the Nine of Cups and the shadow of the King of Pentacles is the same. It's hoarding and selfishness, right? It's a Scrooge energy. And in the Nine of Cups, it's a Scrooge energy in regards to emotion. So we have divine feminine feeling defeated by this energy, this selfish hoarding of the emotions that goes on with this divine masculine. And she doesn't want to accept defeat in regards to this energy. Her wish is that he can shift out of that. And then we have the Magician. She desires that this aspect of self, this masculine energy that has a tendency to clamp down on the feminine's like intuition, that this energy will shift so that she can be in her full power and experience the divine masculine worth energy that is manifesting. She is also manifesting like crazy right now. And this Five of Swords in its reverse is clarified by the Magician. In other words, she's going to tap into her power in regards to this defeat. She's going to bring all of her knowledge, wisdom, the tools of the trade, and really do the work that the Magician does to call in and manifest what it is that that masculine worth energy truly desires. Transformation. This is the Death card. Transformation of these cycles between them. The hoarding of the emotions, the refusal to express, to just speak and just say what divine masculine needs. Divine feminine is thinking, even if like divine masculine expects me to wait for him to speak, but never asked me to. Like, I don't even know if that's what he wants me to do. So if I'm waiting for him to work his shit out, and like, meanwhile, my entire life, I don't get to do anything else. And then nothing ever happens because I misinterpreted all of his signals and signs because he never told me directly, then what the fuck did I do to myself then? So she's really requiring this transformation to happen. She's like, if you want me to wait, ask me to wait. Like, ask me. Tell me why you need me to wait. Tell me what you need time for. I will be more than happy to focus on myself and wait for you to be ready because you're worth waiting for. Right? This is her thought. But I am not going to wait without knowing that you really have an intention with me. And that is why today's song, the shuffle today, music-wise, freaking hilarious. Okay? The first song up was Too Much Love by Elvis, and that was kind of when I usually shuffle the Divine Masculine that was playing, but it finished because it was a short song before I even started shuffling. And then Single Ladies came on, and I was like, okay, Divine Feminine's going to be shuffled first today. So I shuffled Divine Feminine while listening to Single Ladies. So that song is like, if you like it, then you better put a ring on it. If you like it, then you better tell me why you want me to wait, because I don't even know. I don't even know if that's what you want. And maybe you don't want me to wait because you don't know if you're ever going to step up. That's fine. Then you need to let me go. And it's pretty sad that I'm the one that had to walk away from that and that you didn't just go into your integrity and let me go because you don't know if you're ever going to be healed, whatever it is. So this is Divine Feminine's thought process. Oh my God. But this also, I can't even see all the cards in Divine Masculine side, and I'm just telling you, this is a doozy today, for sure. But we've got just a 1511 there when I went to turn off the phone feed. Okay. What we have now is the top of the deck for Divine Feminine Heart Space. Justice. And she's feeling that there is justice. She's feeling balanced, actually. There was balance in her head and heart today. Yes. There was balance. I mean, you can't have this without balance, right? So she's feeling balance. She's feeling reciprocity. She's feeling, but she's understanding this to come from herself, though. This isn't coming from the specific manifestation. He's hoarding. So she's having to do justice to herself. She's also wanting to do justice to this relationship. She's like, we've worked so hard. Like, I don't want to just like give it up because I'm frustrated. But I'm frustrated because I'm not seeing my worth reflected back to me, and I'm enabling that behavior. And so what do I do? And she's going back and forth over this in her head and her heart. She wants to do justice to everything that has happened in their connection. And she wants to see justice as well. The niggling feeling is this wheel of fortune, this destiny, fate, feeling like there's, it doesn't really matter what she decides. Fate is going to unfold between them. And she's just, whatever happens is truly divine. She's got a divine timing feeling. She's also feeling that there's going to be this shift or this change. She needs it in order to be able to reunite with this specific King of Pentacles. So she needs that in order to do that. But she does sense that there is some kind of a shift coming. And it comes with this justice. Now we have the 5 of Swords in reverse, so we have union already. Boom. 5 of Swords in reverse, head and heart in union. I'm not accepting defeat. I'm not accepting defeat in regards to who? Well, this specific king. And I will back that up by backing that up between my head and heart. 5 of Swords on top with my heart space. 5 of Swords to the right with my head space. So not accepting defeat in regards to the specific Divine Masculine. I don't want to do it. Her heart is telling her, don't do it. Don't accept defeat. Be the Queen of Wands. Hold your vision. Hold your vision. And that's what's clarifying this 5 of Swords in reverse, which I can't make up. Hold your vision in regards to this specific Divine Masculine. Hold your vision in regards to not accepting defeat. That you can have what it is that your heart desires. You can have that. If that is what you want, you can have it. Do not accept defeat. Understand that this King of Cups has a new beginning. He's been a fool by not speaking. He's been a fool by not expressing, but he's become new again. He's at the start of the hero's journey. He's back at square one in this union. We were trucking along. It seems like we were going to come into union. Some of us came into union and they're diverging and they're probably not even watching these readings right now because they don't care about anything in the world right now except what's going on there. And the rest of the collective, all of a sudden, we're back here at square one. We're back here at square one with a Divine Feminine thinking about her happiness, trying to figure out how to reciprocate to herself so that she can have the specific King of Pentacles. She's holding this vision. She's not wanting to accept defeat. And she is praying that this fool will start over. We'll start over. We'll start again. Could we try again, please? Right? This 9 of Cups, this wish fulfillment, well, here's the 2 of Cups in her heart space clarifying it, but it is in its reverse. Her heart is afraid of this coming together. She's afraid of losing this coming together. She does not want to. What do we know about fears and headspace, emotions and headspace? When we react with thoughts to our emotion, we start to manifest. So we have to work on our reactivity. Our headspace has a wish. There he is, this divine masculine. He's above in the clarification for this position, so we know that that's what her wish is. Her wish is also for this divine masculine energy to stop withholding from her intentionally. She wants him to let go and stop intentionally withholding from her and come into union. And her headspace knows, because when we see the 9 of Cups, which I didn't mention before, but when we see this, whether it's upright or in reverse, we know we're going to get our wish fulfillment. So she's going to be able to hear from this king. So her head right now is assuring her heart space that's fearing the loss of this potential to be able to actually reunite. This magician in her head is being clarified by the 7 of Swords in reverse. So this is, she has the power to reveal what is blocking this 2 of Cups from happening. She is trying to generate the energy that will allow this divine masculine to reveal what he has been hiding, so that she can experience this reunion that's blocked because of this 7 of Swords energy, because of what is hidden, what isn't revealed, strategy, deception, whatever. So she's needing to call on her power to be able to manifest this experience where she finally hears what he has been holding back in his heart. This transformation, the Page of Pentacles. Divine Feminine has realized something. This is the Death card in reverse. So this is a cycle that in Divine Feminine's mind might be never ending. There's this feeling of this might never end. Unless this transformation occurs, unless divine masculine worth energy, because this is the Page of Pentacles, unless he's able to transform this feeling of where his masculine worth energy is lacking, they could be stuck in this cycle, a never-ending cycle of loving, desiring, not expressing, not coming together, hiding, loving, expressing, desiring, not coming together, hiding, not coming together, hiding. So she, Divine Feminine, has had to end this cycle. She has had to bring a death to this cycle of what has been happening. And that is why she has made the choices she has made. Because in order for divine masculine worth energy to grow, she can't allow him to engage with her as if this is where her worth energy is, when it's not. So this cycle has to end between them. And this is, Divine Feminine knows it, and she feels it, and she wants it to end because she wants to be with a healthy version of this masculine energy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Shut up. Okay. Stupid. Let's do divine masculine side now, even though it's stupid. All right, top of the deck, overall headspace for divine masculine. The Ace of Wands in reverse. So, a couple layers here. He wants to stop being a dick. I have this overall feeling. This card always makes me think of that because Eric from Positive Tarot Wisdom pointed that out once. It's like big dick energy. So, he wants to stop being a big dick. Because he's feeling that he's lost or he's losing this his heart's desire. He is losing what he really, truly, truly desires more than anything else. And so he really is, this is overall in his mind, this is forefront of his mind, this is worrying him, consuming him. Divine feminine is consumed by her desire, by thoughts about what it is that she wants in the material. And divine masculine is concerned about what he's losing in the spiritual. He's losing the essence of what he truly desires. And divine feminine is thinking about what the essence of what she desires looks like in the material world. So it's an interesting reflection. Niggling thoughts in the back of divine masculine's headspace is feeling depleted, feeling like he has poured out everything from his cup and he is depleted and he needs to shift into the place where he is filling his cup. For a while there, he was getting it. He was doing it. Things were going strong. And like I said, there was that splintering that happened. Some couples came into union. This divine masculine lost his footing along with the divine feminine. And at some point, this started to happen where the codependency and the inappropriate surrogate family kind of energy flooded in and depletion started happening. He started to pour out what he had in his cup for others, and not just divine feminine. Also, this isn't just about her. This is about how he's realizing that he's done this with others in his life as well. And it's causing him to lose what he desires. So he's really, really thinking in the back of his mind, I need to shift into this energy and fill my own cup. And I'm going to do that for you, divine masculine. You know what? I'll put your ace up right too. Why not? So he's needing to fill his cup. First thing on his mind, strength, divine feminine. He needs it. He desires it. He sees her as being incredibly strong. I feel, and there's the strength of the connection here too, but I feel that in what has happened as hurt as divine masculine is, based on the clarification card that's coming up, I feel he's actually feeling like divine feminine made the right choice and did something he couldn't do. And so there's like a respect here. And he's drawing from her example to try to be able to control his pride and his ego right now. Because he's also thinking about himself as the King of Pentacles. So this is a divine masculine who is frequently feeling himself in the Page of Pentacles energy. So to see, the first thing on his mind is strength. And the next thing on his mind is that he's feeling in his full power as this King of Pentacles. He's also feeling like he's strong enough right now to manifest in the material, to be in the material, which would be great for divine feminine. I think she'd be pretty into that. Yeah. The next thing on his mind, can't make it up, the Magician. So far, we've got a lot of union. And divine masculine is feeling powerful enough to manifest what it is that he desires. And what does he desire? An end to this separation. So he is matched in divine feminine's power right now, in the power to manifest. And what he wants to end is the separation between them. The separation that he's been feeling from divine feminine energy inside of himself. He's needing to draw on that energy from the divine, of course, in order to be able to share with her. But this was the other reason why I felt that he had this respect for divine feminine. Even though the separation that divine feminine has gone into, because she has gone into some kind of a separation with him, like getting frustrated and just being like, okay, I can't I can't do like this anymore though. So I'm keep it pushing, right? Because we got that single lady's energy. Um, Despite that she did bring this painful ending. Divine masculine is he's respecting her for it. He wants to end the separation, but he is not allowing the pain from this to change how he feels about divine feminine because he thinks that she did the right thing. She did something that he didn't feel strong enough to do. And now because he realizes how strong she is and how much he really wants to embody this King of Pentacles for her, he is going to use all the tools that he has, everything in his power to end this separation and to bring divine feminine back in and come out of the cold himself. He wants to leave this Five of Pentacles energy, this lack mentality that has kept them stuck. And this imbalance between them, where the divine feminine has been kept here by this divine masculine energy. He's realizing how she's the strong one, and yet somehow he has been in this position of power and kept divine feminine down, kept her out, held her back. And the realization that he has done this is making him isolate and soul search and figure out what the fuck is wrong with me. This is his thinking that I would do that to her, that I would try to control her, that I would keep her down, that I would keep her out. So he's going within and seeking the answers he needs to figure out why he would do that, because he never wants to do that again to her in any way. He never wants to have to try to make her small because he feels small. And he's using all of his power right now and combining that insight from the divine and intuition that he's going to go and listen for to be able to try to resurrect this desire so he can have what it is that he wants. The top of the deck overall heart space for divine masculine is the world. And his world is upside down right now. She is upside down. And so now we're seeing her in her hanged woman energy, suspended. So for divine masculine, this divine feminine is paused from him, right? She's in her hanged woman energy and he's not able to get to her. And she's gaining perspective and he is trying to do the same. That's why he's going into that hermit energy. But his losing his heart's desire, which is this divine feminine, has turned his world upside down. And he's understanding that it's because he's still in this cycle. And then vice versa, tarot, always delivering. Right underneath is that Two of Wands energy, that twin flame aspect that is between these two. The niggling feeling, it is the Star card, but it is from the vice versa tarot. So we're actually seeing the back of the card. We're seeing what divine feminine is doing this work for, and it's this entity, right? It's this divine masculine energy that is cosmic. He's made of that starlight. He's like in his 5D energy. And divine masculine is getting this card in reverse because he no longer wants to be this 5D energy for this divine feminine. He wants to be in his physical form instead. And it's also about holding on to this hope that he will be able to come out of this energy and that this wish is fulfilled as that star comes down and touches down to the earth, that he will be able to come out of this energy. But he knows he must turn this world around in order to have this. Ugh. First thing in his heart space, the Emperor. And it is in its reversal. And there's nothing like a Major Arcana card clarifying another one. The emperor is reversed, but what's reversed is the back of his throne. We see the flame. We see this. I don't even know what that is. I have no idea what that is. I'd have to look in the book. But the sun symbol, obviously, for the divine masculine energy. And the flame for me is always me thinking about the idea of the twin flames, but that there are these two aspects of self, and that in order to rule, you have to have that balance. You have to have that flame, that union of those two aspects. But divine masculine is wanting to turn his back on the shadow traits of this emperor. The shadow traits being rigidity and dictatorial control. He's wanting to end this reign of terror that he's really had over this divine feminine energy in himself. Because, remember, we're talking about the energy of the self. So if divine feminine has been oppressed, it's because the divine feminine inside of the divine masculine is being oppressed. So he is keeping his own emotions down, away, out in the cold. He is raising himself up above and keeping that part of himself small and being afraid of it and not allowing it to coexist with him, because he's afraid of the way it feels to allow those feelings, because he's uncomfortable, and nobody has ever really taught us how to balance like that. So he has had to be controlling over his behaviors and his feelings and over his reactivity in order for him to feel strong and powerful. He's had to beat that feminine energy out, down. He's also had to rely on her strength, because he's suppressed his own feminine and abused inside of himself his own feminine energy. He's done that to the external energy outside of himself. He's kept her out in the cold or quiet, or demanded a certain amount of secrecy, or done whatever it is that he's done, whatever he's asked of himself. He's asked that of this material manifestation of the divine feminine. And here's the Page of Wands. And it is in reverse, and it's clarifying this King of Pentacles in his headspace. So this page is excited, right, about the twin flame journey. He's setting off into this unknown. He's the cosmos is leading him, and he's just kind of like, it's just like he's just learned for the first time about these mysteries, and he's ready to go off and seek out those answers. And he's like totally new and immature, and kind of flailing, and just going from this philosophy to this philosophy to this philosophy, just filled with this excitement to know this, to have this, to take action towards this union. Like, he's so excited to just figure this out. That excitement, that youthfulness, that energy that he carried with him when he first started this journey, it has really been suppressed by the real world responsibilities that he has. The protection that he feels he must enact all around him, and the continuing growth in material that he's supposed to, he's trying to do the things that he should do in the material world, and he's had to suppress the excitement and the energy and the new that comes with this card, because he's been feeling like he has too much that he has to control with that emperor energy. And then we have another major union, justice, upright, clarifying magician, which, as you recall, was also in union. So yeah, just saying. Anyway, the justice divine feminine feels that she must bring to herself. Divine masculine is aware that he must do this as well, and that it is within his power to bring this justice to divine feminine, and that he must apologize for these behaviors. He must apologize for focusing on the material instead of following his heart. And, you know, it's interesting because I'm looking at these cards upside down here, and both of them are showing us that the flame was neglected, right? His desire, his passion, it was neglected. And so he wants to come and apologize to her for this because of his fixation on the material well-being, his fixation on having to be the one that provided and having to be the one that felt powerful in the dynamic, because he felt like somehow if he wasn't powerful, then divine feminine just would see him as this page. So he needs to bring justice. That's what he's trying to manifest for this union. Oh my God. It's the fucking Empress. And it's also fucking reversed. And the other side. Jesus Christ. And it's clarifying the Emperor. And strength. This connection is very strong. It is very eternal. It is deep, deeply rooted with these two aspects of self. Together, they are a power couple, right? And they rule empires, and as light workers, they heal on a grand scale. So divine masculine is well aware of this. He is well aware. Now, he's been in this energy, right? Blocked to the divine feminine, not allowing her in. And what did she do? She matched him. His heart is showing, oh, is this how you were acting? Well, you're a mirror. So look in your mirror. And what do you see? You see the backs of the thrones. They are not facing each other. Divine feminine has blocked divine masculine. There's an actual physical block here. To pursue, to have freedom, because she was under his control, because he was in his shadow attributes, blocking her. So she wants to be free, so she's blocked him. But there are all kinds of queens in this deck, and they have all kinds of thrones and all kinds of imagery that go with them. And there are certain thrones that look very impenetrable. And there are others that, while they are very solid, have, like this throne, this growth, this, and it's roses, which is love, and ivy, which is forever, right? It keeps coming back year after year after year. So there's potential here. There might be a block, but divine masculine sees the potential. This is also clarifying the Ten of Swords in reverse. He sees the potential to end this separation, but he has to get into the light traits of the Emperor in order to be able to match her. I'm going to leave them upright and continue on with this ridiculous fucking reading that's never ending. Oh my God. The Five of Pentacles is being clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. You heard it here on Tuned In Tarot. There are now 1, 2, 3 Major Arcana Union cards. So these two are in sacred union inside of self, and they are just not seeing it on the outside because they are mirroring each other's fears. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Anyway, to go on. Wheel of Fortune, mirrored for divine masculine, because he doesn't feel like he's the master of his own fate right now. He wants to be the master of his own fate. There's that magician energy. He wants to bring divine feminine out of the cold, but he feels like he's at the mercy of these higher forces, these powers that have taken the wheel from him. And he's not able to control. He can't control this. He can't, and he hates it. He wants to control it so much. You know this. You take the he out of it, take the gender out of it, take any split in energy out of it, and think about your own energy. Don't you want to control this so much? Don't you really, really want to control it? And isn't there another part of yourself that's like, you can't control it? Babe, you can't control it. But the other part of yourself is like, no, I really do want to control this. And the other part of yourself is like, you can't. You just got to let it happen. You just got to let things happen. You're like, no, I know that if I just send this message or write this message or unblock this person or block this person or if there is some combination of things, I know there must be some combination of things I could do to control it. And then your heart's like, no, babe, it's just kind of like out of your hands. You got to trust. That is what I mean when I tell you, you come here and there's a specific person you're thinking about and you want this reading to be about that specific person. And sometimes it is, but it's really irrelevant who you're thinking about, because at the end of the day, this is you that wants to be in control. This is you that is blocking yourself from bringing yourself out of the cold, from bringing yourself out of this lack mentality, this place where you feel like you don't have enough, you don't experience it enough, you don't appreciate enough. This is you. It's you. And you want to do whatever you can to control it. You want to get this under your control and you can't. And this cycle that you are continuing to cycle in, this is what's blocking the lovers. This is what is blocking the lovers. I'm going to put my phone on silent. Because here they are, the theme of this month. You can probably still go over to my Tuned in Tarot Instagram and put a song that you think represents the lover's energy. We got a couple today I could add to that list. Jeez. This is what's clarifying the Herban energy for divine masculine. This is what he's needing to soul search for. He's needing to figure out how to bring these lovers out of the darkness and into the light. And he's going within, seeking that light, seeking to bring illumination. So, because he knows that until these lovers are in the light of day, he's stuck in this energy. And this is what he feels like is out of his control, because he feels like he can't quite bring illumination to this yet. And so he isolates. Holy shit. All right. Divine feminine. Let's do your oracles. I feel like it's been 1 million years. Thankfully, y'all didn't get like 1 billion oracles today. Divine feminine, you are in the light attributes of the bully, which highlights your tendency to intimidate others and helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. So, divine feminine, you may have engaged in some older behaviors where you were bullying. You said cutting things. You kind of went into your little Queen of Swords energy. You're aware that you have this potential. And right now you're being acknowledged for being aware of this, for highlighting your awareness that you have the tendency to intimidate. And instead of going towards those behaviors where you do that, you are instead confronting the inner fears that make you lash out like that. You're trying to figure out, why am I a bully? What am I really afraid of here, right? So you're in the light attributes of kind of doing that work to dig out those fears that cause you to go into this kind of emotionally abusive state with the people around you. Your guardian angel is here to support you in stress management. And this guardian angel for stress management, she just keeps having to be up in this union because y'all are stressed. Like, you gotta lighten up, take it easy, have fun, play The Sims. That's my thing. Watch Vanderpump Rules. Don't watch that. Do not watch that show. But I'm watching it. But don't. It's trash. It's terrible. But it makes me like right now, like they're going out to all these places in Los Angeles where I could never afford to go before, and now I could. And I'm just like, I wish I could go eat at these places. And I don't want to drink and do all that dumb shit because that doesn't interest me. But I want to go eat at Sir. Like, I really want to do that. And all those different restaurants and have life be normal again. So I don't know. There's a weird, like, bittersweetness to watching that terrible show that you should not watch. Anyway, stress management. Do what it takes. Watch trashy television if you need to. I can accept myself as a vibrational being. Once you begin to accept yourself as a vibrational being who attracts all things that come into your experience, once you understand the correlation between what you are thinking, feeling, and what you are receiving, you then hold the keys to get from wherever you are to wherever you want to be on all subjects. And this is the magician card in a way. Once you embrace that you have this power, that you are, it's like when Hagrid tells Harry he's a wizard and he's like, "No, you probably got that wrong. I'm just Harry," right? And Hagrid's like, "No, bro, you're a vibrational being and you attract all things that come into your experience. And once you understand how that works, you're going to be a badass wizard and don't forget about it. And you're going to be able to learn that at Hogwarts," right? So once you begin to accept that and you start to gather those tools and use the information you're getting to navigate these experiences you're having, you are really going to be a force to be reckoned with. This is Wheel of Fortune card. Luck is on your side. It's on your side, Divine Feminine. We saw it upright because you're accepting of fate and divine timing, and you're not letting your inner fears bullying you into those old cyclic behaviors and patterns. You're really working hard against them. You're trying to hold your vision for this happy material abundance that you want. You're trying to hold that. Leap. You go first and the universe will catch you. So you are needing that. The Fool came up in your reading, and this is the equivalent of that Fool card. You are really needing to have a new beginning, to leap into something new, out of these old patterns, transform this desire to believe that your material well-being comes through one specific person. It does not. It does not. It comes from you, and then the specific person that matches you when you're happy and abundant and creative and living your passions and holding your vision and being like your best self. Who do you think you're going to attract then? Are you going to attract a lame ass version of the divine masculine energy? No, you are not. If you are full and whole and healing inside of you every day and growing and expanding, then you will attract that energy. You are getting from this lovely Colette Baron Reed deck, the Spirit Animal Oracle that I'm still learning, Groundhog Spirit. Hey, Divine Feminine, time to let go. Endings lead to beginnings, and death is a part of life. There's the death that you were resisting there in your headspace. So, Groundhog Spirit is here to let you know that it is time to accept the natural ending of something that is no longer serving you. We love to hold on to what is familiar, but the new needs space to arrive so growth can occur. When Groundhog Spirit appears, it is a sign there is something in your present situation that you need to let go of so that something new can be born, something that will far better serve you now, Divine Feminine. You heard it here from Spirit. Whenever the groundhog sees his shadow, he retreats to his den. So too might you yearn for a little more time to say goodbye and transition into the new. However, leap. Change is coming, and it is good. So, let go of your resistance, Divine Feminine. Spring brings many blessings, and what must die will always be reborn in a new form that will be right for you. Life requires change and detachment. Say farewell to whatever once served you and get ready for something amazing to take its place. Spirit is already sending it your way. You really have to believe that. And that message is so poignant to me. Oh my God. It's also the answer I needed. So thank you, Spirit. Okay. Divine Masculine, let's look at you. You have a couple more guardians, but a relatively normal amount of oracles. You are in the light attributes of healer energy again, which is a passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, and ability to help transform pain into healing. So you are in this energy, it's being boosted for you and from you, and you're doing the healing that you need to do on your body, mind, and spirit to try to bring yourself into back into alignment. And it's clear there by that King of Pentacles card that you are embodying your masculine worth energy. So you are healing those parts about in you that felt that lack. Your guardian angel is here to support you in receiving this reward, because you are receiving a reward, and your guardian angel is here to support you in that and getting the best thing that you need for yourself. Saint Mary Magdalene is here to assist you with forgiveness. And I really think this is about forgiving Divine Feminine to a certain extent for having to go her own way and seek out what is best for her. But the twin journey is about growth and expansion. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. So you have to forgive her for doing what it is that you made an agreement to do in your soul contract to help each other grow and expand. So that forgiveness needs to happen. But you also need to forgive yourself, because you're the one that felt like you fumbled the Ace of Wands and you fumbled the Ace of Cups, and you controlled and you held Divine Feminine down and you kept her back and you kept her small because you felt small and you didn't want others to see her and take her from you. You have to forgive yourself for that, because that is blocking you. Every subject is two subjects, wanted and not wanted. You always get this card. Every subject is really two subjects. There is that which you desire and the lack of it. Wow. There is that which you desire and the lack of it, right? Even when you believe you are thinking about something that you desire, you are actually thinking about the exact opposite of what you desire. Often. I forgot to say often. Often when you believe you're thinking about what you desire. And that's because when you are thinking about the thing that you desire, if you have any fear or any doubt about being able to receive it, you are thinking about both wanting it and not having it at the same time. And therefore, you can't manifest it. You can only receive something you don't have fear or doubt about receiving. So your work is to dig out limiting beliefs and open yourself up and expand to the potential that you have to receive. You are good enough, Divine Masculine. If you needed that reassurance, you are good enough. You're good enough to do this. You're good enough to express your feelings. You're good enough to come forward. And you are already doing it. Stop overthinking and keep facing your true north. Stop overthinking, Divine Masculine. Just do it. Whatever it is. Antelope Spirit. Life is speeding up. When Antelope Spirit rushes into your life, you are being reminded of the quickening of your personal evolution as a powerful co-creator. You are being told unequivocally that it's time to get moving, set your intentions, and take action toward making your dreams real. There is an intensity you can feel, and it is important to take advantage of this energy right now. If you have a plan for your career or financial abundance, now is the time to step up. If you're asking about a relationship, make that first move. Just know that the intentions you have set in motion are coming together at warp speed. Stay alert and keep up. Things are getting interesting when Antelope Spirit calls you to move quickly. So this has got Eight of Wands energy. It's time. It's time to go after what it is that you're desiring. You need to surrender to that speed that's happening. All right, let's close the reading out with the bottom of the deck for the twins. We've got y'all are in the shadow attributes of Prince energy, which is using power for self-aggrandizement, but I think it's more that you need to call in the light, which is romantic charm and potential for power. You need to be a little more charming to each other, and you need to have a little more of a feeling of the potential for the power that you have to be able to be in union together, the power that comes from your own individual power. And when you bring it together, it's combined. It's not fulfilled, like as in, oh, I wasn't powerful until I came with you. It was, we are now, we've gone from the solo comic book superhero character to like the really exciting thing when all of them come together, like from Iron Man to the Avengers, right? It's like each one of those superheroes has their own gig, but when you watch them as the Avengers, you're like, this is fucking badass to see them all together and combining their powers. Wow! But they're all extremely powerful on their own. And so you really need to believe in your own power and see your coming together not as a way to activate your power, but as a way to express your power collectively. Your power is already activated. Your guardian angel is here to ask the two of you to look deeper. There's still things under the surface that you are not seeing inside of yourself that are keeping the two of you from being able to turn around. Remember the backs of the thrones. You're both facing with the thrones away from each other. So you need to look deeper to discover what it is, why you are blocking this love right now. My slightest improvement is of such great value. And this card keeps coming back because it's a really important lesson to learn. And it's just the idea that when you feel even just a tiny bit better, it gives you this a power to attract more of the feeling of better. Like when they first prescribe antidepressants to people, initially they subscribe them because prescribe them, what the fuck, to people who are so depressed that they can't do anything. They're the actual chemical imbalance in their mind has put them at a point where they have complete apathy, maybe even to the point of being past suicide. Like they don't even care enough to kill themselves. They don't even care enough to lift a finger. And when you first administer antidepressants to people, there is a cautionary period where they can suddenly become suicidal if they haven't been. And it's because they feel just the slightest bit better than the apathy they felt. And that propels them towards this next level behavior. Now, that can be really detrimental. In other cases, more commonly, it lifts people up just enough that they can start to do certain other activities that will increase their mood and help them to feel better in their motivation, etc. And so good therapy that uses antidepressants will combine actual cognitive behavioral stuff with this short-term application of a medication that helps them feel just the slightest bit better so that they can then do something that makes them feel the slightest bit better, slightest bit better, slightest bit better, etc. So there's this incremental thing and it's very magnetic. If you're completely apathetic, you don't care if you live and you feel a little bit better, but you're like, you know what? I don't want to live. Now you have the energy to do that. That's the fear when you first start taking that medication, that you'll feel better enough to end your life, which is a crazy aspect of those drugs. And that's why they're dangerous. And you can't just get them from your primary care physician. Ugh, I can't go on anymore about that topic, but still, that idea that just feeling just a tiny bit better, you do start to attract better feelings. You eventually, over time, hopefully, you start to reach for the better feeling thought until you feel like you can handle things on your own again. And that slightest improvement is of such great value. So if you're miserable right now about the situation that you're in, you just have to find the closest feeling that makes you just feel a little tiny bit relieved, and then grab onto that relief, and then grab the next one and the next one and the next one. And the universe is going to keep sending you things and thoughts that are going to be like the one that makes you feel a little better as you grab towards that higher energy. Divine couple, you right now need to bring love into the situation. You both love each other. So you need to act accordingly, lovingly. You're also being reminded right now of Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying the foundations, and the divine plan. You're reminded by the Wheel of Fortune today, multiple times in this reading, that you are part of a divine plan. And I'm seeing, as I tune in, I see 444. That's good grounding, stabilizing energy. And 44 has been a big thing for us in the collective recently. So thank you for that comment. I can't believe that. Okay. But there's a divine plan here, and things happen as they're meant to. I had an experience last night where I was going back. I'm doing this thing where I'm going back into all my old relationships, which has been a trip, and writing down what happened and stuff. And so I was called, I remembered something, and I went on this journey last night where I discovered that the timing of a certain event had so much significance. I sent a text message to a past partner years after having, like, our relationship was over, and it was really just to reconnect. It was just like, hey, how you doing? And it really was like that. It was like, hey, I'm at a place where I know you live, and I used to be here with you, and it reminded me of you. I was nostalgic. What's up? It was completely innocent. It had no intention of starting something. It was just like, this is a person from my life who I miss now. I'm in a different place in my life, and I'm sending them the message. And I sent it on a particular evening. And then I saw a picture of this person, and they were at an event on that evening or the night before. And I realized the date and the significance of the date. And I was like, OMG, like, they must have thought XYZ about why I sent that text, but that's not why I sent it. And then I could see how I had no control over that. It was a spontaneous message I never intended to send. I was at a bar with a friend. I was talking about that person, saying, I miss that person. It was such a good energy for me. And he lives right here in this neighborhood. And she was like, oh my God, text him, like, and I was like, oh my God, I should totally do that. And then I did that at like 11:45 and was like, what did I do? Like that kind of a thing. But it was weird. It was so out of character. It was a weird moment for me. It was an extremely significant moment in the timeline of my life and my DM's life, which this isn't the DM that I sent the text to, but like really crazy. And I can see how other events unfolded from that one text potentially. I don't know the repercussions, but I realized as I saw it that it was part of this divine plan. And it's really important for you to be mindful of that right now. And then we're getting koi fish spirit. There is always enough. And we get this card enough now that I've started to learn it. And this is the idea of the big fish in a small pond. And that you have to trust that your circumstances are going to expand to accommodate your growth as a couple. That there's abundance all around you, and that everything is going to shift to reflect the conditions as you engage in an appreciation for everything that you have around you. There is always enough. There's no depletion here. There is no lack. You have to trust in this abundance, and that the environment is going to shift and change to meet your growing needs. And then we're going to close out the reading finally with Thetis, who is the Greek sea goddess who represents fertility. And so this has become like a tradition now, I guess it's a thing, where we close out this reading with goddess energy because we're working to balance the divine feminine in our society, right? We have had a society that has oppressed feminine energy, and that doesn't just mean women, it means feminine energy within everyone. So if women are oppressed, then men feel any type of energy inside of them that is feminine should also be oppressed. And so they're doing that. Just in case you didn't know that truck was coming, there it is. Yes, this is an important message, clearly. So men and any gender at all, it doesn't matter what your gender is, all genders have been oppressing the feminine aspect of self. They've been keeping that down because they've been told that that part is weaker, less important, not as smart, a possession, an object. All kinds of negative messages have come to us in our culture and society about feminine energy. The distortion and the imbalance of the centuries, it's haunted us and it's created a lot of problems in our society. And that's why when we close these readings, I have been trying to do this practice. It is 111 right now. I've been trying to do this practice of giving us a goddess energy that we can focus on for 15 minutes. Put your hands over your heart and say, my heart is the heart of the goddess. And you can focus on any divine feminine energy that is you are comfortable with in whatever modality that you practice. But these are different aspects of goddess energy. And so we can learn from them. And if you're open to other energies, you can call on these energies and they will give you enlightenment in how to balance that divine feminine energy. So, Thetis. She is a creator goddess, for all life begins in the sea, and she is usually portrayed as a nereid or sea nymph, a beautiful, young, semi-divine goddess fond of dancing and singing. She helped raise the artisan god Hephaestus and once provided sanctuary for Dionysus. Thetis is particularly known as a shapeshifter. When Peleus desired to marry her, she transformed herself into fire, water, a lion, and a serpent in order to escape him. As the personification of calm waters, Thetis is responsible for providing a peaceful sea. She is that center of peace and calm that is always available, even in the midst of changing forms. She is a goddess who enjoys life's pleasures. So this is beautiful. She is the center of peace and calm that is always available, even in the midst of change. Now you have this Wheel of Fortune energy everywhere. So you are definitely in the midst of change. So this is the goddess for you to focus on for today. And I'm reading messages. You're welcome for sharing. Thanks for being here today. Please like, subscribe, share, click on the bell for notifications so you know when I'm going live every day. It kind of varies, so it's probably good to get a notification if you want to be here for the live footage. Otherwise, you can see the replay with varying degrees of success. I think yesterday's had like an irritating amount of pops and clicks and like digital crap going on. So probably, I don't know what the live feed is like, but regardless, I am also running that Major Arcana playlist thing on Instagram. So keep an eye on my stories over there. And when you see me post the question, the little sticker question that's like, what song do you feel embodies the lovers? Let me know what song you think embodies that card, and I will add you to the playlist. And when we shuffle it, you can win a free hour-long reading from me. If you do need personal reading or anything like that, or you just want to say hi to me or contact me in some way, tunedintarot@gmail.com is your best option for that. And also follow pearlandtheprayers.com. I'm going to be coming out with an EP soon, and if you want to keep posted about all the events that are going on for my music career, which is my main gig, then head over there. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time and got a lot out of it, and don't feel too stressed out, I'm going to go figure out what I think about all this. Have a good one.